Welcome to the fan cams. 1-0 for any Tottenham fans watching. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let me say it again, a little bit louder. 1-0, baby, away from home. But you know what number is even better than 1 today? 83. Because you can save 83% if you scan the QR code for IPVanish, the best VPN on the whole planet. In the history of Tottenham, the history of Chelsea, all of it. Although, I'll be honest, you haven't got much to compete with around here. They don't do much. They don't have many shots. They don't create many chances. But listen, if this was a 3 o'clock kickoff, you wouldn't have been able to watch it. Luckily, it was a 5:30. So check out IPVanish. There's a link in the description. You can watch all the games with VPN. Everyone knows how it goes. And 1-0, baby, for all the Tottenham fans. Hello, everyone, from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. Tottenham 0, Chelsea 1. Another day, another 3 points in North London.
Job done. 3 points. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Leave. Happy days. Though I am a little bit disappointed that it wasn't 4 or 5 today, because there were opportunities to score.
Yeah, that's a good place to be. There's a lot worse you could be thinking.
It's a good place to be. 11 men finished the game,
Yeah.
a clean sheet. So yeah, absolutely positives to take. But I am going to rue those chances in added time. Gittins and João Pedro could have easily killed it off. We could have had our limbs in the away end. We still did. But yeah, that just would have topped off an even better day, because we had opportunities. We weren't really troubled by Tottenham. They didn't have much about them today. So actually that scoreline probably flatters them a little bit, because it seems that it was more competitive than it actually was.
Moises, how are you? Well done today, mate.
Caicedo, you're incredible.
Hey, fair play to him.
What a player. Honestly, we are so lucky to have Caicedo. He is absolutely incredible in every sense of the word. To think that his ceiling is still so high as well. And we say that every game he drops an incredible performance, always so consistent, always shortlisted if he's not man of the match for the man of the match awards. And he just provides so much. Today he was on it with Jules, his ball recovery, his interceptions, even some of the forward passes he made. He was just absolutely everywhere, and he got the assist. It was all him for that goal. Worked it wonderfully, applied the pressure, put Van de Ven under that pressure.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what height it is, how much taller he is. He set it up beautifully for João Pedro, and 1-0. I mean, Caicedo loves the game against Tottenham, doesn't he?
He does. This is the thing, like, the question I've been asking, and I make a joke of it, because obviously you don't have to compare Kante and Caicedo. You can just say that both players are great.
Yeah.
But Kante was certainly not a great distributor of the ball. Passing was never his strength, and he could have a shot, but I think Caicedo has a better shot than Kante. So I think up the other end of the pitch, defensively, you can say this is better, that's better. I think they were both fantastic. But I think that Caicedo, for a team that wants to have a lot of possession, it's good that you've got a player who can actually handle that. Even if his biggest strengths are defensively, he can do all parts of the pitch. And Lewis said it himself, and I agree, I don't think we're really having a Premier League conversation here in terms of the best player. We're having a much bigger conversation, a European, even a worldwide discussion about who is the best midfielder. Caicedo is one of the players you put forward.
Absolutely, and at the end of the day, he's still so young. Like, this player can actually improve even more. That's actually wild to say. There could be a time that comes where there isn't even a conversation, and it is just literally black and white. Caicedo is it, and I think that he is so instrumental to everything we do. When he's not there, you can feel it, right? And when you have a player like that who's absent, and you can instantly feel the impact and the presence he has there, that's when you know. That's when you know how good he is. So I thought he was absolutely brilliant today. And yeah, we managed to play through them very, very well. I think in attack, maybe at times we lacked that kind of chemistry that we've seen in recent time. Again, I think the goals should be more than what they have been. I think we have struggled a little bit. João Pedro looked a little bit void of confidence at times, but I also think he was so marked up in the first half, especially, that he was almost kind of shut out from the game a little bit. But he was also missing that kind of creative player behind him who lets him sort of make those runs forward, and so he can get in the pocket. So every time we kind of went out wide with our wingers, whether it was Garnacho or Neto, it just seemed like it was very difficult for them to link up and have any sort of chemistry with João Pedro. So he struggled a little bit, but he did have opportunities. He could have got a hat-trick today, so maybe that's a little bit of a mentality thing. Maybe he's a little bit short of confidence, but that goal certainly today would have been a lift for him.
Yeah, I feel like João Pedro and Neto, Pedro and Neto were two players. They just looked really tired towards the end of the game. And it wouldn't have been a bad thing for Mark Guéhi to come on to get that energy. I think a lot of people would also say Esteval could have come on earlier. I thought on the ball Neto was actually quite poor, but I thought off the ball, you could see the effort. But people don't want to appreciate that unless you're winning a game, and that's what frustrates me at times. Even if we draw a game or sometimes lose, is there's still good moments that people don't talk about because the scoreline overlooks everything. But no, we certainly we've got a clean sheet. I mean, that's something. What about Enzo next to Caicedo and at midfield? He started off a little bit deeper, sort of in the 10 actually by the end.
Yeah, I think Enzo, again, had good moments. I think sometimes maybe not as creative as we want him to be, or again, I think that's just where it comes from. We do miss Cole Palmer sometimes, just playing there to provide the extra service to our centre forwards, and so they can link up so well. But I think Enzo, either way, is great. His pressing as well is very, very good. He was pressing today, forcing errors out of Spurs. And again, sometimes he's the last player up top who has like that opportunity to score a header or something, and he's too short to do that. But yeah, again, I think Enzo's just another player who has had inconsistent moments, and sometimes fans maybe criticise him a little bit more. He did come in with an expensive price tag. There's a lot of expectation there, but I think he's really grown into his role. And the moment he sort of was given the captaincy as well, I think he's only kind of learned from that a lot more. But again, just to have Caicedo, I think any player alongside Caicedo is almost an instantly better player, because that's just how good Caicedo is. So yeah, I thought midfield was good today. I think Lavia coming on, nice to see him. I think he's been quite rusty actually recently since coming back and making his way back from injury. So I think he needs to build up his minutes.
Was he better today?
Yeah, I thought he was better today. Yeah, definitely. He's quite strong. He's a physical player. I think he's a good ball carrier as well. So maybe we'll see more of him there. But it's good to have our options in midfield again. Obviously we all miss Cole Palmer so much. But again, I think Cole Palmer's smiling today that we came and without him got our 3 points here. So yeah, it's really great. But I think a lot of the plaudits should go to our defence today, because we kept that clean sheet. I thought Fofana was brilliant aerially. He was winning pretty much every single ball. Chalobah was on it with clearances. Reece and Cucurella both exceptional. I mean, Cucurella was shutting down Kudos every single time, and he was pressing high, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that energy. You want to see that presence as well, and I think they bring that.
Whenever Spurs were outside our box, we didn't give them any time on the ball. We were there. I mean, they had a number of chances to whip a ball in, especially Xavi Simons. I thought he was poor. And we were singing Chelsea reject. We laugh about it, but I mean, he was just rubbish. And I don't even know if he scored a goal for Tottenham yet. I don't think he's done anything for them. So almost seems like we've dodged a bullet on that one. He waited however long for us to come in, waiting for Chelsea. Chelsea's the team, agreed terms and whatnot, just need to agree a deal with Leipzig. And obviously that never ended up happening. We got Gittins and Garnacho instead. And it seems to me that was probably a good decision based on what I'm seeing him do in a Tottenham shirt.
Yeah. Again, I think Tottenham fans agree with that. I think he was poor today, and they're looking at him almost to be their creative outlet as well, and bring on not just goals but creativity. And he just hasn't quite done that. And that was their kind of super signing, wasn't it? It was someone they were really hyped up about. But it's still a long season. We'll see. Maybe he's just having a hard time adapting to the league or something. I don't know. But Tottenham really just didn't have anything about them today. I don't think. I think they tested Sanchez maybe on 1 or 2 occasions. He had a decent save, but other than that, pretty much did nothing. That's why I'm disappointed that we didn't score more, because we absolutely could have walked away here with a battering today, and it would have been all credit to us. So we did a lot. I think, especially in the first half, I think we maybe did more off the ball than on the ball, because we were struggling a little bit to form chemistry and string our passes. But then again, it's the work rate off the ball. It's what we do off it. It's how we put them under pressure. It's what we do in those moments. So I think collectively, really, really good today. I think collectively a very good performance, even though we might have wanted to see a little bit more from the front line in terms of output. I think everyone did a job. So
the setup, you were happy with the way we defended, the pressing. What about on the ball?
Yeah, on the ball, I think, again, struggled a little bit in the first half to be cohesive in our passes, and I think maybe too much back passing as well at times. I think that's what we want to get away from. Again, just think a little bit more forward. Second half, it was much better, though. On the ball, we were really, again, united. It was flowing. It was much better, and I think a big part of that was Esteval coming on as well late on. I mean, I don't know about you, Alex, but I'm almost, desperate at this point to see Esteval start Premier League games, because because if he's that good and he can come on, and he's just so cool with it, like the little passes he makes, just the way he knows how to weight it, how to send that through ball, the player to read it, reads the runs. He's almost thinking 2 steps ahead.
He's got the link up as well.
He's got the link up. He's just so great to watch. So again, you see he came on and he created 2 goal scoring opportunities in the space of 3 minutes. So what it could have been if Joao Pedro and Gittins had scored those. But yeah, Gittins' shot, let's just say it was maybe hit someone far up in the gods.
Reminds me of Sterling's free kick a few years back.
Oh my God, do you remember that? No, that was too bad. That was a lot worse. So not that bad. But yeah, I thought, again, Gittins, another player who's, I think, growing into his role, more comfortable. I think he's got a great first touch on him, by the way. Can I say that's a big strength he has. Needs to work on the shooting, that just final decision, because he can take on his man. He's quick. He's got the right idea. He seems confident. He backs himself to take on his man. But I think it's just that last decision making there with shooting. But it will come. I think it will come. Garnacho, I thought, too much slowing down play, especially in the first half. You know, we're hitting Tottenham on a counter and he decides to slow it down, wait for everyone to get back and release it back into Enzo or Caicedo, and really just do more, go for it, take on your man, use that momentum that we've got of our attack to produce something. And at times for me it was a little bit too slow. So I don't know, I'm not completely sold on Garnacho yet. I think I need to see more. I mean, you can say that across our wingers because we want to see more goals from wingers. I think that's been a big area we want to work on. But yeah, I'm still a little bit of a hesitant person when it comes to Garnacho.
You hesitant about Sanchez?
Sanchez was good today. Sanchez was good, yes. He was very good at collecting crosses. He had a lot of dominance sort of in the air and he was pretty comfortable. Again, though, I think he was only tested on a couple of occasions, but no funky business with distributing and putting players under pressure.
That's what you want.
That was great.
That's what you want.
It is what you want, but keep it up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I was speaking to Don and he was saying, you know what, it's been very quiet around Sanchez lately, and I'm like, yeah, that worries me because at some point he comes out with something. But yeah, he's good, so just sustain it, because let's be real, Jorgensen's not any better. Jorgensen probably has been
Does Jorgensen claim those crosses?
Probably not. Well, we saw that he was struggling in the games that he did play in the cup, etc. So I probably wouldn't opt for Jorgensen, not in the Premier League anyway. So Sanchez is here to stay. So just, yeah, be cool with it, be consistent. But I think, again, he got a lot of help from our defensive line today because everyone was just on it, understood their job, and we were shutting down threat before he even got anywhere near Sanchez's area.
I think the main threat was always set pieces. I thought we dealt with that very well.
Yeah, actually very true, because I think I worry on corners all the time. Even that long throw that Danso had in the first half or the second half as well. I'm like, you're holding your breath because you've seen us concede them so much. And I just think that hopefully we can prevent those as time goes on, and hopefully we can be the ones to put other teams under pressure when it comes to set pieces, you know, because I don't think we're particularly a threat off corners. I think we saw that today as well. It's just like, it's always kind of floating up in the air. It's too slow, it's headed out. I think we need to do a little bit more from corners so that we can start being a real threat and scoring hopefully some set pieces.
Thanks so much, Nina.
That's all right.
Well done today. Thanks for hanging about.